Back to Beyonce. I'm going to do more of my Beyonce music. I haven't listened to this song in such a long time that I cannot believe I almost forgot it. Hang on. That was not what I meant. It was that one, or that one, or that one, or that one, that one, that one. Man, I know what song I mean, but seriously, you think it would be easy to find this song. Not yet. Still not yet. Um, uh, the first time I watched this, I actually watched it because people just were talking about it so much. So and also my sister was listening to it, so I had to figure out why was everyone talking about. Okay, here we go. Hang on. I forget it. I'm not doing this music video. Instead, I'm just going to do it. Now, only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm running out of time. Now, the reason why I wanted to become a singer is not just because I like singing, but because saw all the other singers on TV and I thought, it would be nice to be a singer, maybe be a little rich, maybe a little famous, get a lot of people to do you and all that. But then I started thinking about how I become an author and how many people were actually inspired to become authors and stuff based on like the stuff that kept happening in their lives. And to be honest, the reason actually why I wanted to become an author was kind of because of J.K. Rowling. Now, at first, like I said before, I didn't really like the Harry Potter series. It wasn't really one of my favorites. Like I said, I thought it was a book for nerds, and I thought the movie was just a trilogy of the book. Like seriously, well not a trilogy, but still, you get it. But but anyway, then I started watching and I was like, I gotta figure out how she came up with this. So I went online and I looked at her biography and it turns out that this was actually now here's something that really surprised me. This was part of her past, like because her mother was sick, she was really living a hard life as a child and then when she was like and she was like looking at trains and then like I figured out that like when she was like eating, she just in this paper towel and then just start and then does this thing about a pigeon and I was like, really? That randomly just popped up in her head. But it's the same thing for my stories. Like one of my stories that I'm gonna make famous, Malika, it just randomly came to me. You see, at first it was just it was just a thing in third grade at school where we had to like write a story of our own. So I decided to do me as a mother with my two twin daughters, and I was just cooking breakfast. Then in sixth grade, boom, it came back to me, and I was like, what if it was around the time I came up with this story called Kimmy the Mutant, where I got hit with a meteor and got super mutant powers. So I thought, what if my future daughters have the same powers and are learning how to control it while going through crazy stuff in their life? And I was like, that could work. Then, boom, in sixth grade, I was writing there. Then, you see the thing? It's filled with literally all my stories. And this is only middle school. This is only middle school. Like, heck, I got a whole bunch of stuff. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It goes on and on and on. And let me tell you something that you probably did not get. These are all stories. All of them. All of them stories. From beginning to end. Those are all stories. Stories. I decided to use a note. Now, see, I ran out of notebooks because I kept using all of them for stories. My brain just wanted to, it was like stories, 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 stories. Then I started typing stuff on my computer, so I start, now running out of room on my laptop. And to be honest, I am glad that that I stopped running out of room on my notebooks. And I'm glad I did that because let me tell you something, I was really running out of room. To be honest, me becoming an author is much easier than me becoming a singer because one, I have to figure out who's gonna like how like who would I go to be able to like become a singer. Like there's just plans and everything. It would take me forever. So I decided to become an author because it actually be easier. It actually would be really easy. And to be honest, I think I made the right choice deciding to become an author instead of to become an author instead of a singer. But what really inspired me to become an author is like taking bro, like keep going on. I mean, her book got like rejected. Like many people just thought, Harry Potter isn't gonna work. They just really didn't give it a chance. And after all those times that people just said no, that's not gonna work, she finally found somebody that actually wanted to make her book happen. Then once she finally found the publisher, whoa, were the people. I bet those people who thought the Harry Potter wouldn't work, they ate that right up in their faces because boom, she became super rich. Like seriously, that book became legendary. Well, not legendary, but it became like one of those books ever. In fact, the movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows totally was like running in the box office. Serious, seriously. I'm not surprised at all. I really loved Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. When I look at this, I was like, best Harry. Well, not me, not best Harry Potter movie ever, but I was like, that's like the best finale ever. Like, oh my gosh. When I saw this, I was like, what? Just what? That really got me. And the part that really got me the most was when Harry said those words, "I'm ready to die." Then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I think, I think I almost really was about to cry. I when I saw that moment, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Well, get off, you stupid commercial! I want to see the rest of this." Oh my gosh! What I got like most also in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is how they were trying to find the Horcruxes. And also Neville's speech, like just because just even though we all know what happened here, but but most of his speech was trying to say, just because somebody is dead doesn't mean that they have been forgotten. We'll still remember, we'll still remember them, but just because he's gone doesn't mean you're gonna win. Now, seriously, I love that because that was inspiration. That just screamed inspiration. Like seriously, I really felt it. I was like, then I then what I also like about it is the like Harry in the kind of dream world where he's talking to Dumbledore. I tell you, it killed me when I saw Dumbledore die. I was like, no, it's bad enough here, serious, and he was becoming more like a father figure. And then you kill Dumbledore. Seriously, seriously, I was gonna crunch my fist, and I was gonna be like, how could you do this? How the heck can you do this? You are heartless. You hear me? Heartless. I knew it was gonna happen, but seriously, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't cry because like literally I've seen it a bunch of times, so I cannot cry. Like literally, even talking about it, I cannot cry. I've tried, but trust me when I say this. Once you watch a movie a bunch of times, the first tears run out easily. Man, I loved everything about Harry Potter. I mean, seriously. At first, he was just he was just a stray boy who had been bullied by his cousin and his uncle, and really, he was like, he'd be, he's like sometimes like me on some days like, what's the there must be something else out there. And then when he figured out that he was a wizard, that was like the most thing ever. What I really like about Harry Potter and Deathly, I mean, yeah, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows is when Harry, what was I going to say? I promise you, I'm trying to think of it. Oh, right. I like it. I like it. Um, I'm trying to think of what my favorite part is in that, but I can't remember. Oh, right. When Harry, when Harry, like, in the 19 years later thing, when Harry talks down, seriously, you just gotta love that. But seriously, I wish they had done more with Child's Play. I mean, no, not Child's Play. Why the heck did I just say that? It's like, I'm sorry. Harry Potter and the what? What did I mean to put? I knew what I meant to say, but I swear, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. That's what I meant to say. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I really wish they had added less, space, the time travel. I don't know why I say space travel, time travel. I wish they added less time travel. I mean, what was up with all that? I wish they had put more interaction between Albus and Harry and made it good. I mean, seriously, to be honest, I never read the book, but I was watching this video of a person reading the book, and to be honest, I was like, okay, now I see why people don't like that book. Because seriously, they could have put a little more into it. Ser- Seriously, I get why some people like it and why some people really thought they could have done better, and some people maybe liked it because they added something different. But to be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Maybe it's because it's a play, but to be honest, I say the play would look way better than when I heard it from the script. I imagined it from hearing some person read it from the script, and I was like, well, I'm glad that they actually made Drake Rose seem like this person who just wanted to actually be a good person, but just because of his family's history, it just didn't work out well. And I do not blame him for actually just trying to fit in the rest. But he has so many opportunities that he actually could have been a good person, but then he just tried to act a total jerk. If you're wondering, I kind of forgive him, but I kind of don't forgive him because, like Albert, I mean Dumbledore. Sorry, what Dumbledore pointed out in Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince. Ser- ser- Seriously, he is no assassin. And also, I like Harry pointed out that then when Hermione asked, "Do you think Draco would have actually did it?" He said, and he was like, "No, he was lowering his wand." I didn't even notice that. I was just too much in the thrill of the moment. Seriously, I wasn't paying attention at all to that. But to be honest, she's right. He was lowering his wand. I was like, no, there's no way he would actually do that. I know that for a fact because there's just something about him that just tells you he's just not that kind of person. Well, bye.